last lecture we came across this term dq by t for a reversible process is equal to ds, and this we arrived at after we derived the Clausius theorem. And what was Clausius theorem? It was cyclic integral of dq by t for a reversible cycle. So this is for a cyclic integral of dq by t, and the cycle is reversible, is equal to 0. So this was Clausius theorem. From this, in the last video we came across this expression. So this is the expression for change in entropy. So change in entropy for a transfer of heat dq, which is reversible, doing a reversible process, upon the temperature at which heat is transferred, that is equal to ds, and ds is that small change in entropy associated with the heat transfer dq for a reversible process. Okay, just pay attention to this. Now suppose in a process which is reversible, there is no heat transfer. Okay, a process is taking place, there is no heat transfer. That means dq is 0. Okay, dq during the reversible heat transfer is 0. Obviously ds is 0. So what is that? What does it mean? That means there is no change in entropy, right? ds being 0 means s is constant. Okay, so if for a reversible process, if that process is adiabatic, that means there is no heat transfer, it becomes a reversible adiabatic process during which change in entropy will be 0. That means entropy remains constant. It becomes an isentropic process. A reversible adiabatic process is an isentropic process. This is what we can infer from this. Okay, just also look at this. If we just take t on this side, I can write dq as tds. dq as tds. So this product of t and ds gives you heat transfer. Now we are familiar with the chart, which is pressure volume chart, right? And we know that area under that pressure volume, any process line drawn on a PV plane gives you work transfer, right? So we know that dW is PdV, right? dW is PdV. That is, dW is work transfer, and the chart is pressure volume chart, where volume is along x-axis. Okay, so similarly now we can represent any process on a TS plane. Just think, here it is dW, area under the, okay, let me draw that PV plane and compare it with this. Let's say that this is a PV plane, and if this is a process line, state 1, state 2, and this is the reversible process, then area under this is work transfer. How do we find it out? We do the integration of what? This is a small strip, we can say this is a small strip. The width is dV, and the height, which means the pressure, because these two lines are close to each other, so their heights are same, so we can say this is P. So this area of the strip is P into dV, and if you integrate that, that means you split the entire area into small such strips and add it, that's integration, you get work transfer. So the area of this strip is dW, which is nothing, which is PdV, Now similarly we can show any process on a TS plane. So this is, let's say, S along x-axis, T temperature, in Kelvin we are taking in along y-axis, and if you draw, if you represent any process, we are not telling which specific process. Okay, so this is 1 to 2. Now this process where we show temperature is dropping, entropy is increasing, right? And what will be the area under the curve? The area under the curve will be heat transfer, because we just we just said that dq is TdS, isn't it? dq is TdS. So how do we find out this total area which will be heat transfer? Let's consider a small strip. The width of this small strip, because this is along entropy, x-axis is representing entropy change. So this width is ds. This height of the strip, because these two strips are bound by two vertical lines, they are close to each other. So this is t. So the area will be t into ds. This is t ds. Okay. So if you do the integration, you will get this entire area, and that area will be heat transfer. So you are integrating it here. So integration of dq is integration of TdS. TdS is the area of this strip, which is the heat transfer during that small heat transfer, that is during dq. Okay. So this if you do the integration, then you will get the total heat transfer. So integration of TdS will be Q12, total heat transfer during the process 1 to 2. So area under a process line on a TS plane gives you heat transfer. Okay. Now let's go back to our familiar Carnot cycle. The Carnot cycle So this is a PV plane, and I am trying to draw Carnot cycle. So this, you know that here this is a process where temperature is constant. This is also temperature is constant. So let's say TH, TL, it's constant throughout, and these are processes which are reversible adiabatics, and we have said that just now we explained that reversible adiabatic process is a constant entropy process. So here we can say this is entropy is constant. Similarly here entropy is constant, right? So there are two reversible isotherm and two reversible adiabatics. Okay, and you know if you see this is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 to 2 is reversible isothermal process during which heat is added, and if you find out the area under 1 to 2, right? This will be this total area, right? And that will this area minus this area 3 to 4, right? That means the entire this area which you get in the, that will be net work, right? That will be net work which you will be getting. Now let's transpose this on a TS plane. Let's draw a TS plane. And represent a Carnot cycle on a TS plane. 1 to 2. Now see what happens. 1 to 2 is a constant temperature process, and heat is added to the working substance, right? That in a Carnot engine, or added to the engine. So when heat is added, you obviously say that entropy will increase, right? But temperature is constant. Remember, temperature is constant. So constant temperature means I can show this by, this is a constant temperature line, okay? And that temperature, this is 1, this is 2. This is reversible isothermal, and during which heat is added. So QH amount of heat is added. 2 to 3 is a constant entropy process. We just discussed this. It is constant because it is reversible adiabatic process. Constant entropy, x-axis is entropy, so this will be a vertical line. 2 to 3. 3 to 4 is again heat rejection, but it's reversible isothermal heat rejection. Reversible isothermal. This is, here you are rejecting QL amount of heat, this is QH amount of heat added. So isothermal, at least temperature is constant. So again we will show this. This is a constant temperature process, okay, and 3 to 4 and 4 to 1 is reversible adiabatic, that means isentropic process. So it has to be vertical line because x-axis is entropy. So 4 should be exact, and that we should go back to state 1 because the cycle is executed. So the point 4 should be exactly below 1. So when I draw this should be the vertical line. So this is a Carnot cycle on a TS plane, and we just said that area on a TS plane, area of under a process line on a TS plane tells you heat transfer. So if you see this 1 to 2, what is the area under this? This is total area, right? This total area, what does it tell you? It is heat supplied, because during 1 to 2 heat is supplied. So the area under that process line 1 to 2 is heat supply. What is the area under the process line 3 to 4? 3 to 4 is heat rejection. So this area under this area is heat rejection, right? This is QL, let's say. QH, QL and QH minus QL, that is net work, right? So this will give you net work. In both the cases it's going to be net work, but here these areas are they are going to tell you the heat transfer. Now see, let's focus our attention, remain focused on this, and this is a Carnot cycle, don't forget that. So expression for Carnot cycle is QH minus QL upon QH, right? So what is QH? We can now, let's say 1 to 2. There is change in entropy because x-axis is entropy. So let's say that it is S2 minus S1. Okay, we can say it is S2 minus S1, but I can write this as delta S, which is nothing but S2 minus S1. Entropy at point 2 minus entropy at point 1, that is delta S. So QH is temperature. This temperature at point 1, this is TH, and this temperature is TL, right? So TH is a temperature, delta S is entropy change. So the total area of this rectangle, right, of this total 1, 2 and from here let's say PQ, right? So this is 1, 2 PQ, that will be total heat supply. So QH is TH into delta S, right? And what about QL? QL is this QL, right? Heat rejected. So this is TL, right? And this is TL and this is delta S. So this delta S and this delta S are same. So heat rejection, when you heat reject the heat, the entropy is going to decrease, and this is also delta S, right? So this area, which is QL, is TL into delta S. So I can write this as TL into delta S. Here you have QH, right? This QH. So this is also TH into delta S. So what you get, you can remove all the delta S, and what you get is TH minus TL upon TH. You are familiar with this, right? This is the expression for Carnot efficiency, except that we have now we just took this, we incorporated the term entropy here. Okay, so this is the expression for entropy change, right? Expression for entropy change. This is the expression for efficiency considering the Carnot cycle on a TS plane. Thank you.